developments to create a full portfolio and to have a full lineup in our tire range. And that's also what you can see there on the screen, that today we have a full lineup starting from scooter business, going through the segments off-road, adventure, towards sports, sports touring and racing even. We have it as well for the big bikes, 1000 cc's, till the small bikes. So that's very important. Also, we were working very hard on the naming, because it's not only just about the name, it's about clarification towards our customers. It needs to be clear towards the customers which product is suiting for them the best. And that's also where you find in the namings words as SC, it's obvious, scooters, A40, adventure, the S Street, RS Racing Street, etc. So that's a very important part from our side, to come as close as possible towards our customers and to deliver the best possible products for customer needs. And that's also within this framework today we are very proud to present to you the brand new tire, the S21 Hypersport Battling. So that's our brand new flagship. It's clear that our Hypersport S21 is developed, is designed to get the best out of the latest Hypersport machines. And for us it's very important also to do this without compromising nor safety nor pleasure. Those are two points, issues which are core business for us. And starting from that, we targeted to design, to develop a tire with very high quality on stability, cornering, driving width, and for sure also increase our mileage compared to our current products. How did we achieve it? Of course, we started to work from our S20 Evo, which is a tire with the known qualities we have from Bridgestone, and very well on the wet, very well performing in the wet. So that was the starting point. And we just, between brackets, had to add great dry performance and increasing our mileage. And of course, when combining those features, we started also to test on our track in Japan, our Autopolis track, and then it became quite soon very obvious we were very well on the good track and achieving great numbers. For instance, on mileage, at the final product presenting now here behind me, we have an improvement of 36%, which is great, which is huge. Also on dry performance, the improvement is fantastic. The tests on the track were as well on dry and on sweat, but we saw clearly with the same pilots having improvements on lap times with 2 seconds lower than with the previous generation S20 Evo. So those were important steps to be made. To get to those results with the S21 Hypersport Battling tire, we had to thank a lot to what we call at Bridgestone Ultimate Eye. Ultimate Eye is let's say an indoor testing facility, fully developed in-house within our own structure, within our own corporation, Bridgestone, and it allows us to see, to measure, to visualize the contact behavior of our tires, and this in, let's say, different circumstances, different speeds, and also different angles. And this was very important to, at the end, come up with the perfect combination, the perfect balance between compound, tread pattern and structure of the tire also. This was very crucial, and the S21 is also the first tire, first production tire developed with Ultimate Eye. Let's say how we could come to this final product and which are the technological evolutions. It's clear that we worked on the 3 typical pillars, which is of course, as you know, it's compound, it's tread pattern, and it's the construction of the tire, and it all goes together. Concerning compound, we made a big improvement on what we call the micro patch, and we could enlarge the micro patch quite drastically. And then of course it's obvious, the moment you can enlarge the micro patch, you create a higher grip. The moment you have higher grip, you can create faster cornering. And the most important at the end of the game is that you can create a higher level of confidence in any conditions towards the riders. And this is connecting again with what I said in the beginning. It's about pleasure and safety, and this is very important. It's giving confidence to our customers, whatever their capabilities or whatever which road conditions. Second pillar important is the pattern design, and it's obvious also, it's clear that, as I just mentioned before, we wanted to keep the wet performance results from our S20 Evo, and therefore, with the pattern, you need to work to get those wet performances. It's all about what we call the sea to land ratio. You need to have it on a very good level, to keep it on a very good level, and the thread pattern is also important to have a good water dispersion. That's first thing. But of course, also, we don't think always to it, but also the thread pattern is extremely important to create dry performances and to have very good stability. And that's very important also. And for this, mentioning again, the improved dry performance was very, very, very important. So also, second pillar, thread pattern was an important one of this. Which brings us to the last point, which is pure construction of the tire. And at the end, it's all coming together. And if you're hearing the same words, thanks to the construction that we could generate and the improvements we have there. Again, you see that on the pictures, the enlarged micro patch. We can create as well both on the front as on the rear tires. But it's better handling, it's more precise steering conditions. Also, thanks to the enlarged micro patch structure, we can have better pressure distribution, which is very important for the grip also. And this as well, the grip is important on the front tire as well in braking, and on the rear tire it's very improving very much when accelerating. So there you see it also, and the reduced wear. What I was telling in the beginning, we improved the mileage with 36%. This is very much thanks to the reduced construction what we generated, where we could reduce the wear. So this is a very important part for us, and this all together brings us to the tire which we can present today here, and of which we are very proud. And later on, the coming months, you all will have the possibilities to drive it, to test it, to see what it gives. But we could generate the tire with great handling, great performances on wet, but especially with huge improvements on dry performance, and for our customers to need them to come closer to their needs also, to have an improved mileage of 36%. So this is about our first world premiere, the Wetlex Hypersport S21. And now I would like to give again the word to Mathieu, who will tell you a little bit more about our second world premiere. Mathieu.
Thank you, Nico.